Hello, welcome. This is Farida Akadiri, your self-leadership expert. And today for this new episode of A Thriving Mindset, we're going to talk about how to keep a mindset of growth. This is so necessary because the more you learn, the more you earn. If you are able to execute what you are learning. So I'm going to share with you 3 tips I have been using the last couple of years and that I have seen also a lot of successful leaders using to keep a mindset of growth. You have to remember, if you are not growing, you are dying. There is no stagnation, there is no statu quo. This doesn't exist because everything around us is keep growing and faster and faster. Look at the new technology. So it's really imperative and necessary for you to keep an environment of growth around yourself so that you can achieve your goals, you can, stand for what you want. So first thing to keep a mindset of growth, number 1, is really learn something every day. Every day I have that routine where either I'm reading books, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm watching 2 videos, something, to keep, you need to have new revelations. You cannot change if you're not changing yourself. If you want something to change in your life, you have to change something. And the only way to change something is really to receive new information. So put yourself in an environment where every single day you can learn new things. And thanks to social media today, you have access, with YouTube. There are so many great videos. You have online training. With Amazon, you have access to books. So keep learning. Then the second point, it's really think about what you learn. Because most people, they step on phase 1. I know a lot of people, they are reading, they are watching videos, they are listening to podcasts, but they stay on step number 1. Step number 2 is really think about what you learn. And the great way to think about what you learn is to ask yourself that question: how does it apply to me? So right now you are listening to me. Ask yourself, how what I'm sharing with you does apply to you? That's the only question that really matters. Because if you're not able to connect the dots between what you are learning, and where you are going or what you are currently doing, you won't have any result because you won't be able to implement. And as I told earlier, it's only through implementation, execution, that you can earn more by what you learn. Okay? So ask yourself all the time that you have finished to read something, to hear something, and sometimes, I am in the middle of a video, I'm gonna, put pause because the information was so powerful that, it's like, okay, stop right there. How does it apply to me? What can I do right now? And I write down all the ideas that come up into my mind. And the second steps, to think about what you learn, it's also by reviewing your notes. I take a lot of notes. Even on a short video of 5 minutes on YouTube, I can take a lot of notes. And when you review your notes, especially through spaced repetition, you're gonna learn new things that you were not aware just a couple days ago, sometimes even a couple hours ago, or a couple weeks ago. So when you review your notes, first you are refreshing your mind, but you come up with new ideas of execution and implementation. So use that to really help you think about what you learn. And the number 3 that is very powerful is connect with people who are higher, who are more successful than you. I'm just coming from the 10X CrossCon number 3. It was in Miami. It was organized by Grant Cardone. And it was really amazing, to have all those speakers who are multimillionaires, billionaires, sharing their experience. I learned so much from the 2 billionaires, Sarah Blakely and Steve Harvey, because it was in interview mode. So it was, we went in depth. I was able to discover Steve Harvey's stories and to understand what he went through. I knew some of it, but, the way he was sharing today, it was very empowering. And I took so much note and I reviewed them because it gave me insight of what are the necessary steps I need to go if I want to be at that level of success. And that's why it's, when you surround yourself with people who are more successful than you increases your chances of success because you're gonna learn from them. So how you can do that? Have them to mentor you. If you have the opportunity to be mentored by those successful people, you have to know they are very busy. So sometimes they won't mentor you one-on-one, but if they have published books, if they have YouTube videos, you can be mentored through them, through their material. So that's really one way to be mentored, because they're going to share with you the steps they have been through, the sacrifice that was necessary for their success. Another way to, to connect with those successful people is to attend conferences, events where they are speaking. We were 33,000 people, so not everybody had the opportunity to ask some questions. So that's why I go on those events as a VIP, because when you go on VIP, generally you have a time with the speakers, so you have the opportunity, to connect with them. But conferences, even though you don't have the opportunity to ask them directly questions, just to learn from them, it's so useful and it saves you time. Having those people to mentor you, it's all about time. They have 24 hours a day, I have 24 hours a day. But if they can teach you how to be more productive, efficient in those 24 hours so that you are able to go to that level of success, it changes everything. And the last one is through reading biographies, or autobiographies, so that you really understand, what were the steps. I remember when I was reading the biography of Beyonce, actually she had her business mindset at a young age, and I will always remember that chapter when she was with one of the other girls of Destiny Child, and this woman was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna come. I think they were going for a tour, and she told her, if you don't show up at the airport, you are out of the group. And I think she was 16 at that time. And I was like, wow, it was bold, but she was already knowing where she was going. And there is no coincidence if she's the queen bee today, because she had that mindset. So when you read those biographies and autobiographies, it gives you all the steps they have been through, because sometimes we see people when they are successful, but if you do what they are doing now, it won't work. You need to do what they were doing when they were starting their journey. So that's why reading books is so important, because it gives you all the steps they have been through before becoming the billionaires, the multimillionaires they are. So that's why I hope you take some notes about that, and it gives you insight about how you can create a mindset of growth. I look forward. Feel free to post your comments, your questions, and see you for another episode of A Thriving Mindset. Take care. Bye-bye.